Okay. Um, hey everybody. So we just got our login credentials for ArchivesSpace, and I wanted to give you a little bit of a click through so that you could see where you're going and what you're going to be doing. We'll also go more over this um, the next time that we meet, hopefully, which will be hybrid. But more details about that are to follow. So once you successfully log in, this will be the landing page, the Dominican University Archive Space, your friendly archives management tool. Um, and then, because the collection already exists, instead of create, we're going to go to browse and then resources. So these are collections within the DU archive. Some of these, you can see one as a series, most are collections. Some of these are actually projects from other students. And right here is Frame All Radio Collection. You see the identifier, which you'll remember I just kind of created as a placeholder when I started the collection, the dates and the extent. And then over here, you can view the collection, which is something that you can already do without logging in. Hopefully everybody's taken a look. And then you can click here and edit. So this is what the back end looks like. It is, uh, I like it. I think it's like quite plug and play in terms of different fields and what is relevant and what information you have. Um, so the this is at the collection level. We'll get into the series level below here with the years and their episodes. But basic information, what is required is marked with a red asterisk. And also, if you hover over the field, this is really nice. It gives you information about what to include in the field based on DAX, which is the archive standard that most archivists in the United States and many other places adhere to. So it gives you a definition and it gives you examples and it gives you the place to reference index to see where this information was pulled from. So here's the title, the Frame All Radio Collection, the identifier, the level of description, which is also something that you'll be creating in your series. So typically you would pick series for series level, obviously, and then item level when you get into each individual episode. But we'll put that back on collection. And resource type is also collection. Papers are like personal papers, letters, journals, notes, lectures, like handwritten lecture things like that would be papers. Publications is exactly what it sounds like. And then records has to do more with non-individual entities like corporate entities or large groups. So we're firmly in the collection and we wanted to publish it. If there would be any restrictions to who could use or view the collection, we would indicate that here. And if there are any relevant processing notes, we would put that here. So far, there is not yet. Um, I think that a lot of these things are either self evident or are things that you likely have already encountered through other archives classes. So I don't want to make the walkthrough too long. Um, so I'm just going to give a quick gloss, but language information goes here. You can also move it up and down in the page depending on, what you want first. I think that you can. Maybe you can't. No, I'm pretty sure you can. Oh, you know what? It's to add, if you're adding multiple languages, you can put them in order. Um, Same with dates. But yeah, language goes here. Script information is not really important. It sort of just asks for like what kind of alphabet you're using, but it's kind of self-evident. Dates. This is an inclusive date range, and is also out of date because Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. and the Lady of Rage have been making episodes well into 2023. You know what? I'll leave it. I'll leave it here though because we haven't yet begun the series level descriptions for 2022 and 2023. So we'll leave it there. Yeah, inclusive date range. Bulk dates means that there are further dates on either side, but the bulk is between these 2 years, and then a single date is exactly what it sounds like. A bulk date would be like if it was if there were one or two episodes in like 2013 and then one or two in 2022, but the bulk was 2016 to 2021, then you would select bulk dates, but that's not the case. So we'll put that there. Oh my goodness. Extent, this is an estimation. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is an approximation based on the duration of a typical podcast episode. So we talked about the size of a podcast episode when you download it. Just what I did was I calculated how many episodes there were and multiplied it by how long an average or how large an average podcast is. I came up with 15.34 gigabytes. That is also a figure that might change, or that probably should change, once we get more series processed. And then the finding aid, which is the cornerstone of archives, the sort of like most useful single sheet that we create. We have the EADID, the location, which is Dominican University Archives, finding a title, the date, the author, description rules, which will always be DAX, language, and then this would be further information about edition or series statements, any notes for the finding aid, and the finding aid status, which is in progress, as it will be for a while. Related to sessions is exciting because it's something that I think that we will be able to create as this class and this project continues, but this essentially means, like, are there any related series or collections that that connect to Free Mall Radio collection? Like, if there would be another collection about like in the Hampton House physically, like the papers of Chairman Fred Hampton Jr., this would be a place to put it. We have Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. and Robin Yvette Allen, aka the Lady of Rage, both listed here as creators within the agent links. You can also create sources and subjects right there. Subjects, this can also be, I think, a place to flesh out because there are plenty of possible subjects that could be added as searchable terms here. At the moment, when you search the archive, which is relatively small right now, at least on this platform, you will still get results, but they will show up on the collection or on the series level rather than the collection level. This is the biographical note for the two hosts. They definitely should be expanded, and this is where you would add a note to the digital finding aid. And these are all things that I didn't really touch, and they're kind of more to do with how this collection fits into the broader university collection, and how this archive or this collection could be cited and used. That would all go in here. Okay. Now we're going to go to the series level. We'll go to 2021. Dismiss these changes. It'll take a second to load, but now you can see we have the 2021 level description, which has all of the same basic fields that we went through, although with some fewer ones down here. And yeah, notes go in here. So the way that you would add, you know what, hang on to that thought for now. This is the series level. It's kind of bare bones right now. You are very much encouraged to flesh your series level out more, since you'll be working with one particular series over the course of the semester. Now let's look at an episode that hopefully has... I'm going to try to find one with an index. Okay, so Pay attention to this title or this naming convention, because this is how, as you can see, all of the episodes are named. So Free ML Radio with Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. and the Lady of Rage, and then the date in year, month, day order, is how you're naming the episodes or the item levels. Level description is item. Publish, always keep this checked. Just so that like you can see what it looks like on the back end, you can see what a researcher sees. And then down here are the notes. This is the index. This is where like you can add HTML coding like I did in order to create paragraph breaks. It just helps with the readability. If you want to copy and paste and, use this format in order to like create the structure for yours, like, that's absolutely fine. It's, just paragraph tags, pretty simple stuff, but we'll go over it if there are any questions. But this is where you physically add the index notes, and also hopefully the transcript once we figure out how to reliably transcribe these episodes. So that's where it's at. I don't know if y'all are old enough to remember MySpace, but like this is how the MySpace elements used to be. It would just have plain text, and then you would shape it with HTML code. This is very similar when it comes to just when it comes to notes in particular. You can add an item below here. If you want to give it a, there's the abstract, biographical, historical notes. We can say, for the sake of argument, we'll say transcripts and let's see what reference text. Add note. There we go. I think that's what I was looking for. Okay, yes. These are preset headings. But we'll fiddle with that if and when we get the ability to transcribe. So here is where transcription goes. Publish. You can add a content item, which is another one of these fields if you'd like, within the same note, but we don't need that. And then you would save at the bottom of the page. It's been updated with this additional transcription note. Oh, great. It did take the heading, but we're going to delete that because that was just a demonstration. And then we'll save again. So that is the short of it. It also, you'll see that there in ArchivesSpace is not really a way to house the recordings themselves, like the PDF or the MP3 file or any other audio file. There's not really a place where you can upload it. Also here are the subjects for the series. I pulled the ones that were most prevalent or um, most visited from the episode and just put them into here. And same with these. We have Chairman and the Lady of Rage's creators, Timmy Rice as a subject, Jacob Blake, Kyle Rittenhouse, Joshua Ruffin, Fred Hampton Sr. This is the Library of Congress heading. The Black Panther Party Illinois chapter, which is also Library of Congress. Like I mentioned in class last week, try to find your subject headings and name authority files in the Library of Congress first. But if they don't exist, which they frequently won't, don't hesitate to create a local one. That's a big part of why the project exists. But yeah, so right now the finding aids, the digital finding aids that we create through ArchivesSpace exist in one place, and then the repository of podcasts exists in another place. We're also looking to, apparently the university is looking to look into a program called Omeka, which could provide the opportunity to house both in the same place, which would also get into like ownership issues and stuff, but like that's pretty far down the line. But Omeka could be a place where the Fremont radio collection grows, and other series within the Hampton House, broader collection could also be housed together. So I think that's pretty exciting. So yeah, this is where all the information goes. I will be sending your login credentials briefly. You actually might get those first before this video. And please don't hesitate whatsoever if you have any questions for me, and bring questions to our next class, which will be next week. I'll probably have to send out another scheduling poll just to see what we got. But yeah, I'll talk to you all soon. Have a great weekend.